We have a Coppola questions before we move on.
All right, let's get into the questions, and because that is my biggest question of like, what happens to her life after this? Like, does she stay at the store? Does she have does she somehow switch out that Mexican money, get real money? No offense, Mexico.
Well, I mean, it's not going to do her any good in the States. She can't use
and they also said it's not a lot of money up in the States, even if she did manage to exchange it.
Yeah, but they made a big deal about her getting it, of like, go fetch his saddlebag and I'll take that money. I feel like at one point he was like switching the money out for like something else too. Like, I feel like he had actual cash. Maybe that was something that was lost in the edit, but
could be.
Because he was switching out for newspaper, giving them the fake money, and then he was going to take the money and bail. But I also thought maybe he had like real, American cash there at the same time. But I don't know. I imagine
he could have been exchanging it. I mean, he could have exchanged it in the town.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that town probably wouldn't be suited to do that.
Yeah, I'd probably have to do it in like Denver or somewhere.
Yeah,
a little bit better for that. Yeah, but I think they also made a point, like, even though it's a lot of money in pesos, it's not a lot of money in dollars. So even if it's basically not enough to live off of in the U.S., which is why they were going to go to Mexico and live with it.
Well, I mean, maybe for Ruth it would be a lot of money, but not for a bunch of drinking whoring cowboys.
She can actually use it.
Yeah.
Put it into the store or something, and she still got revenue from the store. It was obviously enough for them to live off of before.
Yeah. I think the insinuation was that she was going to use it to build a new homestead and then go run the store and maybe become a cold-blooded psychopath like her dad at some point. I don't know.
I don't know. Just a sequel where it's just her in Mexico
the new way.
On the beach.
The new way.
She's just on the beach in Mexico, sipping Mai Tais, running cartels.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was left with, it's like, okay, her dad taught her the meaning of love, and she's kind of come back to being, a normal-ish person. She's still going to have the same kind of emotionless stuff because she's OCD, she's on the spectrum and all that kind of stuff, but like, she at least can feel, and she's not going to follow her dad because she looks at the pocket watch and she can see her mom, and that's going to lead her decision making from here on out. I think that's what we're supposed to be left with in that moment. I don't really understand the money thing, but like, apparently there was a planned shot that was going to end the movie on focusing on the saddlebags, and then a drone shot out, like watching her go home on her horse. So it was like, it was going to be even more of a big deal. So I don't know what we're supposed to be left with that, because she can't spend it in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Anyways, more questions than answers when it comes to that. We sort of answered this in the moment, but why don't McAllister's men just ditch him? Because he's a dick. The dude's a terrible leader. He's leading them down this road of like tempting a dude out of retirement to come and murder all of them. Like a guy who's obviously a cold-blooded killer who is responsible for some pretty heinous shit in the past, to the point where 3 out of the 4 of them know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
He's legendary for being a fucking murderer.
Maybe they're just all henchmen types, some people aren't leaders, and he just found these pathetic guys to do what he says because they need someone to be their crime boss or something, and he's the closest they got.
I really think they knew he would kill them if they left. So it's better to stay with him and fight it out than get shot in the back as your lead.
But like you said earlier, why didn't they just kill him then at that point, take the money and leave? Like they don't they don't care about Colton. Like they don't need to get revenge on him.
They should have, because they're his only henchmen. It's not like he's got a bunch of other people be gunning for him.
He doesn't have like a big crime network or some gang. It's just these 3 guys.
I guess there was
bad
supposed to be
writing.
some subtext of Boots and McAllister like fighting for control of the gang, which we saw a little bit there when he Boots screwed up by not shooting the marshal first, and he kind of backs down and accepts his role. But I think that was supposed to be a thing.
Yeah.
And in that moment, like, just take the money and go. It's like the three of them easily killed this dude in his sleep or something, and take off.
They could have killed him when he was banging that hooker. You're pretty vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, at that point, they're kind of like all against Clint Howard.
Yeah, they're all just
Yeah.
They all don't like Eustace. This fucking guy.
This weirdo.
Weirdo fuck.
We sort of answered. Well, we didn't really answer this, but like, wouldn't Colton have realized his daughter's horse has a saddle with his name on it?
Yeah, that was just dumb. I think that I bet you that was left. I bet you that was just a way for them to speed up the story because they had that condensed timeline. Because otherwise, that's just lazy writing, and I don't think that this was meant to be lazy. Now that we talked about the timeline being shrunk by 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty stupid mistake for a guy who seems to be as cold and calculating as Colton Briggs.
It also could have been a way for them to tell us, the audience, because we're dumb. Like, hey, like, this is just like reaffirming that they know it's her in case we forgot that they saw them walking into town.
Yeah. I mean, you could mistake some other 12-year-old kid for being, a different kid, but you can't mistake her when she has a saddle that says Colton Briggs, has her mom's bloody handprint on it still.
Yeah, which is just dumb for Briggs. I mean, that I don't know. For me, that I felt like somebody like Briggs would not have made that mistake. It would have had to be intentional. But it doesn't seem intentional at all because he just walks into their ambush. I mean, he knew it was an ambush, but still walks into it.
He came to rescue his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
Which at this point is now the only thing he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Why would James get trashed rather than stay sharp to fight Briggs in that last part? I guess it's, if we think about it from the filmmaking standpoint, they had to speed this along and it was supposed to be two different things. But, at the end of the day, we have to put the onus on the filmmaking of they're trying to tell a story. And like, when you're watching this movie, there's no title that comes up and says, well, we would have done this if we had had time. It's like
maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe we're supposed to take from this that he thinks he's a badass.
Yeah,
but he's really not, and he's just an alcoholic loser.
I think that he probably had some inkling that he was going to die as well, and just decided to get trashed because he knew the Reaper was coming. He just wanted to have one moment of acknowledgement from Colton Briggs that you killed my dad and I haven't gotten over it. My whole fucking life has been ruined because of you. And I think that he figured that Colton would probably end up killing him because obviously this dude is not very good.
Yeah.
Colton is 1,000 times better than him, though he is 20 years older and very out of practice, but still. That's my only theory of that. I was like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Getting drunk because he knows he's about to die.
Yeah, that makes sense too. He never planned on making it out of it alive. He said, he just wanted him to recognize that he killed his father, and he wants him to know that he's the one that is ending his life now.
I think he did plan on killing Brooke as revenge, but I don't think he ever thought he was going to be able to accomplish killing Colton.
Mm-hmm.
This, I guess, is not really a question, but what do you think he really meant by your mother will tell you what to do? Is it just Brooks, got these two people in her? Obviously, she's got her mom and she's got her dad. So it's always look towards your mom's side of you and not the psycho side of you.
I think it's that. And it's just, she turned Colton's life around and was that voice of reason and calm and made him into a better person. So having that constant reminder whenever he was unsure of what to do You know, he'd look at that and could hear her in his mind telling him what to do.
Yeah.
It just makes it funny, like when he does it. I'm just imagining him in the morning when he's like, couldn't he just take in the horse? And he looks at it like, can I just kill her? No, I'm tired of dealing with this house. No, she wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll walk to school.
Yeah, I think it is like use your mom as your moral compass. Like, let her guide your decision.
Like the only good he has in himself is from her, so he's passing that on to his daughter so she can do the same thing for her. Because now he knows his daughter is like him and is kind of a psycho and doesn't empathize with people. So, you know, that guiding hand from Ruth is what she's going to need to get through life now too. Yeah. Just like he did.
Yeah. I don't think he realized that until that scene around the fire when she's like, I didn't feel anything when mom died. And like, I just felt lost. And so I think that was like him realizing, oh, fuck, I passed that on to her.
Yeah.
Whoops.
The other one that I had was if we take, what's his name? The bad guy.
James McAllister.
McAllister. If we take McAllister at his word, was he planning on actually adopting Brooke and like keeping her around? Like, doesn't he know that she's just going to do the same thing he did and just kill him at some point because she's only going to be obsessed with getting revenge for killing her dad?
I don't know. I don't know what the plan was there. I feel like he planned to kill her in front of Colton. I think that was what his end game was there, to make up for him killing his dad, you know, years ago. But I don't know. Maybe I mean, it's the Old West. He could have just married her.
Yeah, but again, like if that's the plan, it's really stupid because
she's just
going to kill him.
Yeah.
She's going to be as obsessed with killing him as he was with killing her dad for killing his dad.
Maybe he'll torture her like Reek on Game of Thrones.
Oh my god!
Slowly break her.
I could see him thinking that'll work out and then having it not because he sucks.
Yeah, and he thinks that she's just a normal kid.
Yeah.
And not, you know, just like Colton Briggs.
That's true. Maybe he's just thinking, oh, she's just this girl. Like, she's a meek girl. I can handle a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never thought she was going to fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right,
because he says
hesitate.
It's you know, whatever he says, you're the devil or whatever. Fuck, I didn't realize.
It's not me. It never was, obviously.